Hey, what's up guys? Alex here, just east of downtown Toronto on Broadview Avenue, north of Danforth Avenue, and on my left is Broadview subway station. It's another beautiful sunny day in the city. Today being Monday, April 27th, 2026, and it is 1:20 p.m. and I decided to get off here last minute because my original plan was to make a video on all of line 2 riding westbound from Kennedy to Kipling Station, right? Because I took line 5 to Kennedy Station, and then I immediately got on the line 2 subway train, got the front view, but then I was kind of concerned because I pulled up my Panasonic camera, and it was a lot tougher to do that than I had expected. Because the camera just typically focuses and then it doesn't, and then I had to like move it around, and also we were kind of going a little bit slow before we exit the tunnel before Warden Station, and then after, was it Woodbine or Coxall Station, we kind of went slow too because there's another train in front of us. So that was like my test subject, so it's not like I'm gonna do that again with the camera, so I'll have to do that another day. So all right, so let's cross over to the east side, sorry, the west side. I was on the east side because it's such a gorgeous day out, so I thought, why not, let's make a walking video along Broadview, and we'll check out the skyline view at Riverdale Park. I did that yesterday at Humber Bay Park before the sun went down. Ironically, I was here on Saturday because I took the 505 Dundas streetcar here, then I went to the Timmy's to get a coffee, and then I was on my way. I saw that my buddies Vasily, Liam, Sapan, Yoshi, they're downtown. Vasily just wrapped up his live. So right after that, I asked Yoshi where they were because I wasn't really watching. He said Union, so it's not like I'm going to look for them just yet. But maybe after this video, we'll see. I'm gonna try to walk a little bit slower here, so at least this video is about 20 minutes by the time I get to Gerrard Street. Because I think after this, I'll probably take the 121 down to Union. Or at least I'll make a video on that, so. All right, so I'll have to do the line 2 video another day. Tomorrow and Wednesday is gonna be raining. Thursday is like my next available day. I mean, I could do line 2 anytime, right? It's not very hard, right? I did my test. I did my test today, so. Because it took me like 35 minutes to get from Cedarvale to Kennedy Station, right? Because line 5 is a lot faster now. But then we were kind of too close to a train, and then after holding it to either Coxall or Greenwood, oh yeah, it was Greenwood, for about 3 minutes, and then we just like went normally. I got to Kennedy around 12:55. So if I want to, I mean, that was a perfect time to do that, right? Other than the evening. But here's the thing, I have to go to the university, I think Wednesday, because I have a cavity filling. So after that, I'm gonna try and get the video done. I know it's gonna be raining, but I guess we'll have to assess that and see. About 2 weeks ago, I already did a video riding all of line 1 from Finch to Vaughan, and that went very smoothly. Since that video, there have been a couple of slow zones implemented, including one really shitty that's between Eglinton and Davisville Station heading south. Man, we were crawling at a snail's pace. It was very, very annoying. So I'm really glad I got that video done 2 weeks ago. As we're about to walk by Riverdale Park, let's see how many people are there, because, you know, when I was passing through here in the streetcar on Saturday, there were a lot of people, but everybody comes here for the picturesque skyline views. I haven't guessed, we're in the Riverdale neighborhood, so that's where the park derives its name from. Although I think visitors coming to the city might think of the Netflix show Riverdale. Yeah, it was a very easy transfer from line 5 to line 2. We departed, I think, a minute after I got on the subway train. So now I know that around 1 p.m. is a good time to ride all of line 2. The only thing I really fear is, the delays and train traffic. I mean, I like I said, I could try Wednesday, so even though it's gonna be raining, and I'm gonna have to use my phone for this one because yesterday I've done a front view video from Bloor Young to Royal York. That went very smoothly, but compared to the camera, nah, it's not gonna be the best. Because I had to press my camera above on the glass, and then of course the glare. So this is Riverdale Park East, and the Don Valley Parkway, which is over there, cuts the park in half. And there's a bridge that you can take to get across to Riverdale Park West and the farm. But this video is just going to be solely on Broadview Avenue as an electric bus rolls by here on the 504D. Oh, look, there's a brown squirrel. I don't actually see those every day. There's something on him. What is that? Is that a sticker or something? Seriously, how did that squirrel get that sticker on his brown fur? Either way, it's a mystery that we'll never know. So and the 505 is going to Dundas West Station. The 504D is going to King and Parliament. So that's replaced 504B streetcars to Broadview Station because they did do construction at Queen and Broadview. That's all done now. And I think Sunday is when everything will return back to normal. So I did take the 504D once. It wasn't very bad. Actually, it was quick. Much quicker than the streetcar, actually. Millbrook Crescent. See, everybody living here would have a 24/7 view of the skyline. Have an even better view. So we walk up further. Normally in the evenings it gets, very busy because, the sunsets. Everybody wants to take their photos. I guess here seems pretty viable. And yeah, the 1st of May is on Friday. So we've come to the conclusion of another month. So April will be in the books. And there's our beautiful skyline. You might notice a few, minor changes. There's a lot of new skyscrapers are being built. And you see that skyscraper with the crane on top under construction. That's Pinnacle 1 Yonge. And it will be the tallest skyscraper in the country. This is the view where everybody doesn't get tired of. Now, Riverdale itself is a pretty cool residential neighborhood. There's our first thumbnail. Probably might be the only one. It's being a bit silent here. Yeah, I noticed that I'm walking a lot slower than usual. Because, I don't want to get ahead of myself, and this video ends up at being like 15 minutes. But I think I'm going to walk to the 121 bus stop. It's on Gerard, west of Broadview, so pretty much right outside the Bridgepoint Hospital and the old Dawn Jail. We should be at Gerard for the next 3 or 4 minutes. I was going to snipe the boys. They're downtown because they're going to the Blue Jays game at the Skydome. Hey, look, there's a hybrid Excelsior. What's it doing here? Unless it's doing the 506, which is also being interrupted by construction. As I was saying, I could snipe the boys, but the thing is, though, Vasily's done his live. Yoshi already went live. I don't know if Zapan or Liam is going to go live now. And they're going to the Jays game, but they're also going to join a long lineup for a free jersey or something like that. They've been telling me about. But before I began this video, Yoshi told me he was at Union, so I might, like I said, I'm probably going to head there after, so I can make a video on the 121. And then I'll decide where to go from there. I may not even try and find them. All right, here is the Bridgepoint Hospital, which opened in 2012 or 2013. And there is the historic Don Jail. The last execution in Canada took place there in 1962. It was done by the method of hanging. Which I don't think is used in North America, as far as I know of, but rather prominent in the Middle East, if I'm not mistaken. Remember, Canada abolished the death penalty after 1962. And of course, you know, we're against capital punishment, so not a big deal, but it was still historic anyway. And there's the Riverdale Public Library. And while we are still in Riverdale, there's a small pocket of Gerrard Street called East Chinatown, and that's a very underrated part compared to the main Chinatown. But I've already done a walking video on that last year. At this point, we're going to make a right onto Gerrard. Yeah, see, this is where we started. This is where we are now. Hopefully we won't have to wait long for the 121 unless it's somewhere else. Shit, I think I might be. That's St. Matthew's Road. Oh yeah, look. The 506B. Oh yeah, look, here come the dandelions. Spring is definitely alive and well. And also, I saw that the cherry blossoms are in Bloom Peak, right by Robarts Library. But we're still waiting for High Park to have theirs complete. Oh, there's a Timmy's there. I didn't know that. I'm gonna get a smile cookie. All proceeds go to charity. So that's the 8s. And this is the 62. There's the 121. Alright, so I actually didn't realize it stops there. I'll make a video out of that as I make my way to Union. If I had time, I would have went to that Timmy's, but this bus may leave any time, like any minute now, so. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. check out my others as well. I will see you guys all on the next one. Take care and peace out. Bye bye.